I'm Marshani Gamage, and this is Prime TV News. Details follow these headlines. President calls on the international community to look at Sri Lanka with a fresh perspective. Prime Minister reveals of the country's economic policy. National Mosquito Eradication Week begins. ITN's Youth with Talent Third Generation Promotional Tour commences. And in news overseas, Trump accuses Iran of spreading chaos, death and destruction in the UN speech. And now the news in detail. President Maithripala Sirisena called upon the international community to look at his country with a fresh perspective and allow the nation to solve its problems on its own. The president extended this invitation to the international community addressing the 73rd General Assembly sessions of the United Nations. President Maithripala Sirisena commenced addressing the United Nations General Assembly in the wee hours of Sri Lankan time today. This year's theme of the UN General Assembly sessions is Making the United Nations Relevant to All People, Global Leadership and Shared Responsibilities for Peaceful, Equitable and Sustainable Societies. An aspiration is also to secure relief in the implementation of proposals presented to Sri Lanka by the United Human Rights Commission. The President also submitted a special proposal to the UN General Assembly to work without causing harm to the sovereignty of the country, national security and the dignity of the armed forces. Many heads of state, including the Sri Lankan President, participated in the main sessions. The Sri Lankan President asked the international community to consider the tremendous progress made by the government towards reconciliation, restoration of democratic freedoms, human rights and the rule of law, and to extend their fullest support to build a progressive, democratic, free and equal society. President Sirisena said Sri Lanka is taking action to consolidate peace and forge ahead to develop the economy, and such a nation deserves the support and understanding of the international community. He urged the international community to permit the Sri Lankan people to solve their problems on their own. Quoting from the Buddha's preaching from the Samyutta Nikaya in Tripitaka, he said, "If a man is pierced with a dart, he will suffer physical pain. When he worries about it, he suffers more pain. Hence, there are two kinds of pain suffered by the man. When it comes to Sri Lanka, it is the people who suffered pain due to war, and they continue to feel pain when they think about it. Therefore, I take this opportunity to call upon your support and cooperation. The government is working to eliminate fear and suspicion among different communities." The President categorically stated that the government is committed to work tirelessly to achieving reconciliation by fostering understanding among all ethnic and linguistic groups while eliminating mutual suspicion and hatred in order to create a society where all can live freely and harmoniously. Further, he said, "We are dedicated to ensure that the country will accomplish economic prosperity. Especially, my government is committed to the creation of a fair and just society by strengthening the rule of law." During the last 3.5 years, the government has taken several important steps that are necessary to consolidate democracy, freedom, good governance, media freedom and independence of the judiciary. He said, "Through such transformative steps, we have laid the foundation necessary to forge national reconciliation, communal harmony and to ensure non-recurrence of conflict in our country." President Sirisena pointed out that the most ruthless terrorists were defeated by the armed forces, and the nation honored the valiant soldiers who made many sacrifices to bring peace to the country and safeguarded the unity and sovereignty of the nation with the utmost commitment. The President emphasized that the vision of the government is to ensure sustained economic development through the increase of domestic agriculture and industry under environment-friendly policies and programs.
සමෘද්ධිය ඇතුව ඔබ සියලු දෙනාගේම සහයෝගය දෙන්න කියා ගෞරවයෙන් ඉල්ලා සිටිමින් මගේ කතාව අවසන් කරනවා. ස්තුතියි. තෙරුවන් සරණයි.
Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has said that the government is working on confronting the issue of the devaluation of the rupee by strengthening the export economy. Premier Wickremesinghe made this reference joining in a function held at the Maliyadeva Balika Vidyalaya in Kurunegala. On arrival at the school, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe was accorded a very warm welcome from the students. Thereafter, the Prime Minister declared open the new school building. The three-storied building was put up at a cost of 7.6 million rupees. Parallel to this event, work on another three-storied building was also launched. Thereafter, addressing the gathering, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe revealed that the government has taken several successful measures to strengthen the country's economy. The Prime Minister said that education means conquering the world. Funds allocated for education will be increased and new laws enacted to carry forward this new education system. The government is not to be blamed for the economic issue, but Sri Lanka has to confront it. Loans are being repaid with difficulty. But at the same time, global debt crisis has surfaced. He said the government is launching programs to face this situation. The crisis has aggravated as the country's debts had to be repaid. The Prime Minister said that this issue had not severely hit some countries, such as Thailand and Vietnam, as they have an export-oriented economy. They had continuously depended on this economy, which was first started in Sri Lanka in 1977. He added that Sri Lanka should have an export economy if it were to repay the loans. Expressing his views on the occasion, Education Minister Akila Viraj Karyavasam said that when the Prime Minister arrived in Kurunegala, he gave a pledge to launch 2 new national schools in Kurunegala due to the congestion in schools in the district. These are to be launched and children admitted in January. He revealed of plans to lay the foundation stone for another new school at Variapula Road in Kurunegala. The National Mosquito Eradication Week commenced today. It is operative until the 2nd of next month. The dengue epidemic has surfaced again with the onset of the northeastern monsoonal rains. It is with the intention of drawing attention of the public in this respect that the Dengue Mosquito Eradication Week is being launched. The launch of the Dengue Mosquito Eradication Week took place this morning at the Defence Headquarters, which is being built at Akuregoda in Palavatta. It was joined by members of the armed forces and police officers in addition to the Presidential Task Force on Dengue Eradication. A group including Director of the Akuregoda Armed Forces Construction Premises, Air Vice Marshal A.D. Patiruge, was present. Director of the National Dengue Eradication Unit, Dr. Hasita Tisera, mentioned that a special mosquito eradication week is operative from today until the 2nd of next month. It has been carried out in 175 MOH divisions. 9,000 teams will be involved in this process. Selected premises, houses, schools, construction sites, factories and institutions will be subject to inspection with the intention of making permanent dengue-free zones. Director of the Health Promotion Bureau, Dr. Paba Palihavadana, pointed out that the Dengue Eradication Week is focusing attention on dangerous districts and MOH divisions. There is a danger of the disease spreading particularly in the northern and eastern provinces. Director Operations of the Anti-Corruption Movement, Namal Kumara, arrived at the Criminal Investigations Department this morning. He was summoned to the department to get a statement. He had lodged a complaint on an attempt made to assassinate President Maithripala Sirisena, former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa and some police officers, mentioning that former DIG of the Terrorist Investigations Division, Nalaka Silva, was involved in this effort. Namal Kumara had been ordered to appear at the Government Analyst Department today to support an inquiry on voice samples of telephone conversations. Meanwhile, the Office of the Police spokesman emphasized that there is no truth in media reports that the Criminal Investigations Department had taken into custody 2 automatic firearms of the Terrorist Investigations Division. The statement issued by the police spokesman office mentioned that the Criminal Investigations Department during these inquiries had not taken any such automatic firearms into its custody. In the meantime, Namal Kumara, after arriving at the Criminal Investigations Department, expressed views to the media. Namal Kumara said he believes that the Criminal Investigations Department will hold a streamlined inquiry and give a successful solution. 2 police officers have been deployed to the house for security. He expressed his gratitude to the Sri Lanka police and the government for taking this action. Still on local news, the case filed against Yoshitha Rajapaksa and his grandmother with respect to the purchase of land at Mihindumawatha in Dehiwala was taken up for hearing again at the Mount Lavinia Magistrates Court today. Yoshitha Rajapaksa did not appear in court today. This is because he has gone abroad with the permission of the court. His grandmother, Daisy Forrest, appeared in court today. The progress of inquiries with regard to the case was presented by the Financial Crimes Investigation Division to court. The FCID officials said that the valuation report related to the land has been received. They said it has been directed to the Attorney General's Department for future action. The magistrate ordered to take up the case again for hearing on January 30th. Former Navy Lieutenant Commander Chandana Prasad Hettiarachchi, the chief suspect in the case concerning the disappearance of 11 individuals, has been further remanded until the 10th of next month. The related case was taken up for hearing in the Colombo Fort Magistrates Court today. Making submissions in court, the Criminal Investigations Department said that they have identified persons who had assisted this suspect in obtaining a false passport in another name, and also 2 fake identity cards. CID sleuths said that legal action will be instituted against these persons. Inquiries are also in progress into a 3-wheeler driver who had helped the suspect visit Malaysia. The officials said that they plan to visit the Malaysian embassy to examine the documents in this respect. When the suspect was abroad, his wife is reported to have exchanged views with him through internet, but a false complaint had been made that he had gone missing. The police officers said that legal action is to be taken against the suspect's wife for lodging a false complaint. The ITN Youth with Talent 3rd Generation promotional tour commenced today. Young men and women who had not registered themselves for this reality program will get the opportunity of doing so during this promotional tour.
Youth with Talent, 3rd Generation.
The launch of the promotional tour commenced from the ITN premises. It happened under the patronage of Chairperson of ITN, Tilaka Jayasundara, and Chairman of the National Youth Services Council, Eranga Valiandge. In addition, ITN's Chief Executive Officer, Chandana Tilakaratna, General Manager, Aruna Vijay Singha, as well as a group representing the sponsors, also joined in the occasion. The Youth with Talent trophy, which is taken on the tour, was entrusted to ITN's promotional manager, Samantha Ratnayaka. Special invitees extended their greetings, adding their commemorative comments. A special appreciation memento was handed over to Sandaruwan Jayavikrama, the executive producer of Youth with Talent reality, which had bagged several awards. Among others who joined in the occasion were Kishu Gomes, Chitra Somapala and Umara Singhavansha, who are the Youth with Talent reality panel of judges. Thereafter, the Youth with Talent 3rd Generation promotion tour motorcade proceeded. It received a warm welcome on its arrival in the Kalutara area. Today's tour is due to culminate in Galle. Activities concerning the promotional tour will be held from tomorrow morning in the Matara area. The commemoration marking International Day for Universal Approach for Information will be held on the 28th of this month. It will be held under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. This was revealed at a media briefing held in Colombo. Deputy Minister Manusha Nanayakar said that this commemoration is an important occasion for Sri Lanka, mainly due to the enactment of the Right to Information Act and the place it has received in the world mainly. Sri Lanka has been selected for this purpose because of its advancement in digital technology. Sri Lanka advisor of the Institute of International Media Cooperation, Nalaka Gunawardena, clarified how digital tools are to be used for development and how to surmount the challenges that surface in the process. An expert panel discussion will be held during this two-day event. It has been agreed to provide motorcycles for field officers who are engaged in health promotion and disease prevention services. Health Minister Rajitha Senaratne said that this proposal had received the nod of the Cabinet. Accordingly, it is planned to provide motorcycles to 2,686 field officers. Among them are public health nurses and public health inspectors. Motorcycles are also due to be presented to public health officers, family health service officers and veterinary science officers. Also, the Cabinet of Ministers has given its consent to provide motorcycles for public health field officers. The Health Minister said that the process is expected to cost over 865 million rupees. Meanwhile, an elephant calf stuck in the mud for several days has been rescued yesterday. It was successful following a 24-hour rescue mission in the Suryapura area. This 5-year-old elephant calf was trapped in mud for 3 days near the Janaranjana Weber in Suryapura area on Allakantale Road. The rescue mission was carried out by the Giritale Veterinary Office, Kantale Wildlife Office, Army officers, Suryapura Police, Civil Security officers and the residents of the area in a joint effort. The Kantale Wildlife Office mentioned that the rescued elephant calf has regained its health following the medical treatment given by the Giritale veterinary surgeons. Prime News returns tomorrow, and in the meantime, make itnews.lk your go-to source for the very latest in news at home and overseas. I'm Ashani Gamage. Good night.